seen improvement of agriculture, expansion of agriculture in our immediate area. We've seen people take measures to protect their land, protect the water quality through conservation easements. And we would be very upset to see the rigs going in, the traffic generated, contaminating the water, which is still very possible in our immediate area. That's personal, you might say, subjective point of view, but I think it represents a feeling of people who are concerned about the long-term character of the water.
See, I don't think that's a subjective thing. I get what you mean.
So that's how I see it. I would like to see it run by the people, be that again, like it was supposed to be. But if there, is a problem with these companies coming in and occupying our land, then, law and government will not take care of us. We need, we're going to need lawyers, and we don't have them. And I really know that the gas companies are very aware of this. So we are very vulnerable people standing here without any kind of legal help to come to us, and that's one of the problems I foresee. And I also have heard rumors around that if they do start fracking here, we will have mass immigration of Texan lawyers that do oil and gas, because they have so many there that they need the money. So what we will get is a huge import or an immigration of Texas lawyers.
So your concern is that regardless of the law, they'll buy the justice that they want.
Yeah, I have very little faith in the justice system. I have more faith in the greased law. But I would like to see that change.
This is, incidentally, so we're all aware of this. For the moment, this is a state issue, state-by-state issue, which is both a benefit and a problem, I think. I mean, you've seen the problems in places like Pennsylvania and in Texas and Montana, and the list goes on. But I appreciate what you're saying.
I'm Barbara Monroe, administrator of Action on Signal. I guess we should. Did everybody get to introduce themselves? Okay. Well, let's. The people have prepared statements. Which, Adrian, would you like to start?
Well, I don't know the very statement. I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Did I understand you to say you support the repeal of the so-called Halliburton?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Without equivocation.
Without equivocation, okay.
Just a yes.
Another question. It's been reported in the local papers here, the Daily Star, about your holdings of oil and gas and so forth. So do you want to address that? Do you still have them? You got rid of them?
I will say to you unapologetically, like everybody who's been an investor, and incidentally, for the record, I started with nothing. I built a business over 30 years. My dad died when I was young. I've taken care of my mom and my sisters and done well.
What about the oil and gas?
Right. My point is that they're investments I've made, and I have sold them. I've sold, but that doesn't matter. I mean, I sold it for what I think. I'm not a congressman, as you guess. So the idea that I can have a conflict of interest is a little absurd. But I do think they were a conflict of interest for me in terms of running this race, and that I felt I had a moral obligation to just get rid of it, which I still own a little bit of ConocoPhillips and a couple of things like that. But they're a normal percentage, and I appreciate the question and the concern.
Okay, so you still own some, and you don't feel it's a conflict for you?
If anybody here is in the state pension program, you own BP. Yeah. I don't own BP.
I don't have control over your investments.
I do.
Unlike someone
I don't. Yeah, like anybody else does. I have an intermediary or an investor.
Okay, so it's clear. See where you stand.
For all of these, I have a question.
What? Of his investments?
You're, what did you say, kind of investor? I missed.
No, I'm a contractor. I've been in the heavy.
No, but what kind of investor are you in those oil companies you used to turn?
Oh, I have to look at the list. I'm sorry. You know,
Okay,
I'm sure there's something there I own and a lot that I don't. It's not like I'm in the oil and gas. It's a normal percentage. I assure you it's less than 6% of my total investment.
The question comes up because this is such
It's
a
a
big,
fair
it's such a,
question.
well, but it's such a big issue here.
And it's a fair question, but everybody in this room is an investor. If you have a well-diversified portfolio, you own oil companies.
and you're no different.
And I'm no different than you are. Thank you for that. I wish I thought I'd say that. The refinery blew up, 10, 11 people were killed. But think about it this way, if they weren't as big as they are, even though they're a terrible company,